It was 75 years ago when Lloyd and Mary Anderson and their climbing buddies formed Recreational Equipment Incorporated, a co-op dedicated to serving the needs of outdoor enthusiasts of those days. And they adapted from Army surplus gear after World War II to serving the needs of the growing baby boom generation. And here we are on the cusp of the millennial generation and beyond.
So my first memory of REI is walking in with a teacher of mine who was taking us backpacking, and he told me about the co-op. And so for $1, I joined. My name is signed by Jim Whittaker. It was one of the best investments I've ever made.
My first memory of REI was when I was 7 years old. It was the old Capitol Hill store with the creosote smell when you walked in the doors, and the 104 boxes full of merchandise, signs on butcher paper, but it was full of amazing product and amazing people.
We literally did everything by hand. We got the mail from the post office, got the order forms out of the catalog.
This was technology. This is all we had to use.
Computers and technology have been huge milestones for the company. I remember us getting our first fax machine in a store. That was a big deal at the time.
In 1996, when we launched REI.com, that was really ahead of the curve for what anyone was doing in internet retail.
The biggest change that I've seen at REI during my tenure is really the way that we use technology.
Even a few years ago, most of REI's sales were not necessarily done online, but were so heavily based in call centers and catalogs. And now you can get on something as small as this little phone and order product, order bikes and kayaks and have them shipped to the store.
Over the years, REI has always led the way as far as innovation with top product, always finding new things out there that are going to be setting the bar in the sports and the industry that we love.
One of the products that helped establish REI's credibility and authenticity in the urban bike market is the Novara Buzz bike, and I'm extremely proud to be involved with that product when we launched it in July of 1999.
You got people coming in just strictly for yoga mats or yoga apparel, and it's not necessarily just mountain men and hikers.
But the Half Dome tent is truly the piece that has gotten us the most attention.
When I started at REI in 1976, we were starting our third store, that would be Portland, and right now we're at 129 stores and counting.
We began to build more stores, and when we began to really expand, I think it was natural to think about the impacts we were having and the footprint that the company had, and to try to mitigate that as much as we could.
One of the things I'm proud of is we've always been part of the communities, getting involved in local service projects. I've done anywhere from trail maintenance to picking up garbage along waterways.
When I tell people that I work at REI, immediately the first response is, "Oh, that's sweet. What kind of discount do you get?"
We've had this tradition of doing a Twinkie roast every fall. You know, it's to appease the snow gods for us to have a great solid ski season and a good winter and help us with our business here at the store.
We've been on Fortune magazine's top 100 companies to work for ever since they first published the list.
I mean, I feel like it's always been a really great pickup line to use. Because I think that when I say I work at REI, it makes me sound really cool.
Before I started, I didn't know how to swim or ride a road bike, and I learned to do both with the help of my coworkers.
5 years ago, I had never even been on a hike. This summer, I plan to summit Mount Rainier.
In one of the stores I've worked in, I actually met my fiance. We ended up riding bikes together, finding common interests through friends, doing things outside of work, and decided that I would be ready to spend the rest of my life with this person.
I'm proud of our legacy, but more importantly, I'm proud of where we're headed into the future. And that continuity and being part of where we've been, but also carrying those values forward.
We've come a long way from those early days, but through it all, our commitment to quality products, our employees, our members, and our customers hasn't changed. I think the future's really bright for REI, and I'm excited to see what comes next.